Today, I'll be cutting Ivan, a 4-year-old on the spectrum. Ivan is accompanied by his mom, and I'm ready to go. Of course, I got my sensory box, and I shut the door to prevent Ivan from eloping. I always start out with my kids sitting in the chair by themselves just to see how far we can go without parents' intervention. This is me pretty much trying to comfort Ivan, and you can see him covering his ears. This is pretty much a coping mechanism because he's overstimulated. And it's not necessarily specific to auditory sensory overload, but this is an entirely new experience for Ivan, and he's just dysregulated. But outside of covering his ears, Ivan is actually sitting pretty still, and that's why I proceed with the haircut. And notice how mom is holding Ivan's arms, but as soon as he tries to break out of it, she lets go, and that's extremely important because I try to refrain from any form of restraint. You wouldn't wear the weighted cape the first time, so I try a second time. The weighted cape is a sensory cape with insertable weights to provide proprioceptive sensory input, especially for neurodivergent individuals. Now it's time to take a little break. I wipe the hair clippings off of Ivan's face, and then I just get down to his level and just try to give him a pep talk to reassure him that everything will be all right. And now I'm knee crawling around Ivan. Hey, anything to get the job done. Mom is doing an excellent job being my teammate, just trying to keep him engaged with his iPad and making sure he stays calm. Ivan gives me a good kick to the midsection. Boom! And I almost got the wind knocked out of me, but I ain't gonna give up. We try a different position where I have Ivan standing up, and that also didn't work. So now we have him give Mama a big hug, and she's gonna sit with him. I put a cape around Mom, and I try to use matching capes so they feel like they're in this together with Mom. At this point, it's been about 30 minutes of the haircut session, and I decided that it's time for us to be done. I make sure I show him the mirror, and I tell him that, hey, Ivan, you're all done. And I always try to give words of encouragement to let them know, hey, you did a good job. You did awesome. Can't wait to see you again. And I pretty much give Mom a rundown of the things we could have done better and the things we will do better for the next session. I'm looking forward to servicing Ivan again.